For years, his popularity numbers have been frankly dreadful. Now, in the final run to the 2013 election, voters at last seem to be warming to Tony Abbott. The coalition has done best out of the campaign's first Nielsen poll, building its primary vote 2 points. 46% say they would vote Liberal National. Labor is at 37%, that's down 2. The Greens up 1. If preferences flowed this time, as they did in 2010, the coalition would win 52% of the two-party vote and Tony Abbott would be Prime Minister.
This election is about building a better life for the Australian people.
Well, I think this is a very good poll for the coalition and a very good poll for Tony Abbott. It's not by any means a disastrous poll for Labor.
We're up against a ferocious advertising campaign, negative, from Mr Abbott, funded in part by tobacco companies.
Labor could have still won on these figures, though everything would need to go right in the various seats.
Some of the poll's most marked changes are in the popularity numbers, as preferred Prime Minister Kevin Rudd leads, but his rating is down 5 points. Tony Abbott's is up a little. More striking for him, though, his approval numbers. 45% of voters are now happy with him, up 4. Disapproval at 52 is down 4. Kevin Rudd's once happy approval numbers are still better than Tony Abbott's, but getting worse. Approval at 48 is down 3. Disapproval at 47, up 4.
We entered this race as underdogs. We are still underdogs. I understand that.
He's almost suffering to some extent the same sort of problem that Tony Abbott's had to have, which is that when you attack the other side, as Kevin Rudd's been doing a lot to Tony Abbott, trying to dismantle his arguments and dismantle his credibility, then it costs Kevin Rudd some of his popularity. He's no longer just the sort of smiley, positive guy he was trying to present himself. He's also being a political sort of attack machine, and as a result, I think that's probably bringing down his popularity a bit.
Now, there's one other striking number to come from Nielsen in this poll, and that is on trust.
The last poll showed that 45% of people trusted Kevin Rudd and 40% of people trusted Tony Abbott. Those numbers have kind of swung around the other way now. Now, this is quite remarkable, really, for a politician that's been so much more popular. Kevin Rudd's now got numbers of 40 and Tony Abbott's got numbers of 47 in, who is most trusted.
Nielsen questioned the 1,400 voters between Tuesday and Thursday after this headline, and while this one was on the newsstands.
We're up against the clearly defined position of Mr Murdoch through his papers that he wants Mr Abbott elected.
There would be a view within Labor that, given the reception they had in some of the Murdoch press, some of those Murdoch tabloids, to have their vote still in reasonable shape after that reception to the election being called isn't a bad outcome.
Labor is far from finished on these numbers, but Kevin Rudd cannot afford a flat, uneventful campaign. He needs to jolt voters into a rethink. The risks will be coming from the Prime Minister's side in the days ahead and not Tony Abbott's.